Buckle up, literature fans. We're in for some boozy bookgasms today. Join three cousins creating a titillating headspace where steamy romance novels collide with strong cocktails. So, sit back, sip slow, and enjoy the ride.
Hi, and welcome back to Boozy Bookgasms. I'm Jen.
I'm Kim.
I'm Lynn.
And I'm Den.
Ooh,
Oh,
what?
You may have noticed we have a fourth cousin on the call.
Whoop, whoop.
My brother, Dennis. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. I'm very excited and been wanting to do this for a while. So let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis has worked in the Louisiana education system for many years, and we thought he would be perfect to help us break down this New Orleans-based student-teacher romance. We're going to try to get through this episode without getting him fired.
Ooh, nice.
Let's try.
Go.
Yeah,
Fingers are
no
crossed.
I'm appreciative of that.
We got it.
So tonight we are discussing Dark Notes by Pam Goodwin. But before we report this MMC to the school board, Kim, what are we drinking tonight?
All right. So tonight we have the Caged Heart, which is a mixed drink of rum, blackberry liquor, a little bit of splash of danger with some lime juice, simple syrup. It's pretty intense. It's definitely an experience. It's dark, it's rich, it's sweet.
Is the
Pretty good.
lime juice the dangerous part?
For me, it is when you're mixing it with blackberry. That's
Blackberry.
disgusting. But this is actually, it's got a good
Sure.
twist.
Turned out good.
I
Very
like it.
balanced. Very balanced.
I do want to start by saying this is a forbidden dark romance. If you're new here, we talk about all the dark and depraved things that happen in this book. So if you're easily triggered, please check out the trigger warnings in the book. They are on page 2. That's all I'm going to say about that. Enter at your own risk. So we do start the book with our female main character, Ivory. She is a 17-year-old senior in high school, and it's her first day of school. Ivory has a less than desirable home life.
I'd say
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
mild.
good.
Yeah.
less than desirable.
She lives in a rough neighborhood. Her dad passed away 10 years ago, and she lives with her mom and brother, both who are unemployed and high on drugs most of the time. Also, frequently present in her home is her brother's best friend, a total douchebag named Lorenzo, who
That's
we
a nice
will
way to say it.
eventually find out is a disgusting rapist who has been assaulting her since she was 13. I mean, this girl lives in constant fear.
That guy was
Gross.
horrendous.
It was sad. It was super sad.
Oh,
She's trying to get out of the house for her first day of school. And first she gets groped by Lorenzo. Then she gets backhanded by her brother for waking him up too early. And this causes a big cut on her lip. She has like a fat lip for her first day of school. And it feels like just another day in the life, which is just
it is.
so sad.
Well, she was trying to sneak out of the house before anyone
Right.
noticed so that she wouldn't have to deal with these people. She has one pair
Yeah.
of shoes to her name, which are like falling apart.
They're ballet flats with like holes in the bottom. I mean, it's
2 outfits for her whole year.
She lives in like a shotgun house where it's like you
Very
can see
common
from
in
one end to
NOLA.
the other. Yeah.
if one of you would be willing to explain a shotgun house, Dennis, maybe you, because
Yeah. This is
not everybody knows what that is. That's like kind of a Louisiana thing.
Well, first of all, she lives in Treme, which is an actual
that a real
area.
place?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Like home of jazz music.
Yes, it's a place you don't frequent probably after dark.
Or during the day.
I've been to Treme a couple times, and I've been there on accident, and neither time.
yikes.
Neither is fun.
You
No,
forgot pretty quick.
But yeah, a shotgun house is common, especially in that area where it's a very long runway of a house, with a couple of.
It's like one hallway. You have to go.
It's one. Yeah,
through
you have to
each-
go through room to room to room. There's
Yeah.
no, privacy in that area.
Mhm.
So the concept is you stand at the front of the house, you could shoot a shotgun
Yes.
through every room of the house. So that's why they're called
Yeah,
that.
it's almost like you have divider walls, which are usually extremely thin walls in between each room. And the rooms are very
Yeah.
small. They're usually set up where it's the front of the house faces the street and goes all the way straight back. Think trailer home
But facing the road, right?
facing the street. Yeah.
So then next we meet our main male character, and this is Emmerich Marceau, otherwise known as Mr. Marceau. And he is a 27-year-old music teacher fresh off a scandal in Shreveport, Louisiana, where he got caught having kinky sex with his girlfriend on school property.
Is that frowned upon?
It was his girlfriend.
Consensual.
Her hands were tied behind her back. They were on top of a piano or something. But he left in
That-
scandal because we find out she didn't say he was my boyfriend.
Well, she was also like gagged, tied up. But I
Yeah.
mean, it probably
was
looked a little
that.
rough. It looked a little rough.
But she
Didn't
didn't
it?
stick up for him, and they were together for like 4 years. So it was very,
Neither
but
did
nobody
Mom.
knows this. It's all very hush, hush, quiet.
The rumors are spreading. You would think Mr. Marceau would learn his lesson, so we'll find out.
He does not.
That he doesn't.
He does not learn that.
So he strikes a deal with the dean of this prestigious high school for gifted music students called Lemoyne. If she'll hire him, he said he would use his contacts to get her creepy son Prescott into a very prestigious music college. Now, we're going to hear a lot about this college in the book. It's called Leopold, and it is sort of like a Juilliard type of school. They only take one student from Lemoyne.
Maybe.
If they take any.
Mhm.
Right.
And this gets tricky as the story continues. Stay tuned.
Marceau, the reason he knows he can get the kid in is because his mom sits on the board of
The board.
trustees of this prestigious school, and he's a graduate himself, sort of a virtuoso, sits on the Louisiana Symphony Orchestra. So he feels very confident that he can do this, and he has no real qualms about doing this bribe to get this job.
No, and
Until
I'm
later.
not sure how best to describe Emmerich. He's an arrogant ass. For
Shady as shit.
Yeah.
Is that
He doesn't really
accurate?
give a fuck.
Very accurate.
And he's filthy rich.
Yeah, he's a millionaire. He's extremely condescending to the dean, although she kind of deserves
She kind
it.
of deserved it.
But she tries putting him in his place, and he flips the tables and threatens her. I mean, this guy has no problem blackmailing people. When I say cocky, I can't imagine any character.
He's a dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was about
Yeah.
to say.
Hi, Dom.
Yeah.
Big D. He's a big D.
There you go.
Mhm.
In more than one way.
Yeah, exactly. So we read. Yeah.
But it kind of works for him. So
We'll see, Lindsay. I mean,
Moments.
see how everyone's opinions feel. Ivory attends Lemoyne as an underaged student. Got to point that
17.
out.
17 is the age of consent in Louisiana. They do say that.
I actually thought it was 16, so I was impressed by 17.
They
I'm
make
just
sure
saying.
to point that out in like chapter 2.
He made it very clear that it was illegal.
For
Correct.
teachers.
Yes.
It was-
He was in a position of power because he was a
Yes.
teacher.
Correct.
So this school is outrageously expensive. And the way that Ivory can go there is because her dad sold his successful piano bar and used every penny to pay her tuition when she was just 13 years old. He had a vision for her. He saw her talent when she was very young, and he did this for her back then. He was killed in his bar. Someone came in with a gun and shot him by accident. And the mom and brother very much resent her because he left them kind of with
Penniless.
Nothing.
except Ivory's education. The kids at the school are really mean to Ivory because she's always in tattered clothes, and she's also extremely hot and attractive, of course. I mean, these are the books we read, right? They're jealous, and the boys only want to take advantage of her. Again, her life is not great, but she is pinning all her hopes and dreams on someday getting into Leopold. So this is her dream too. Her teacher from last year promised her the recommendation, but that teacher got fired. So Emmerich could have his job and refer the dean's son. Like I said, it gets tricky.
The teacher had done all of this paperwork to get her in, and then we find out that her paperwork's empty.
Disappeared.
Somebody disappeared it. So when Ivory walks into Emmerich's classroom, he thinks she's a teacher at first. And then when he realizes she's a student, he has an incredibly inappropriate attraction to her and has several sexual thoughts.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for
Day one.
for Emmerich to be
I was like,
engaged.
oh,
Creeper
so that
teacher.
didn't, when you knew she was a student, you didn't turn that off. Okay. No, I'm not sure how things work in Louisiana, but the way this guy demands respect in his classroom feels illegal. He smacks some kid on the back of the head. He throws somebody's cell phone across the room. So, Dennis, I was hoping that you could enlighten us on the differences between Louisiana.
Well,
It
as
feels
you know,
very 1980 school.
They don't do
Well,
that shit
absolutely.
anymore.
So I got knocked upside the head.
as one of the higher education states,
Mm.
Louisiana, yeah, some things
That's what I think
are
of.
overlooked from time to time, but I think Emmerich goes about doing
Little far.
some things that maybe aren't even allowed in Louisiana. So slapping a kid upside
Maybe.
the head
Is it frowned
is a maybe. It's frowned upon, but has it happened?
Yeah.
Eh.
Is it in context,
And-
though? I mean, maybe
You drop a
sometimes
cell
it's
phone.
legitimate. You know, whoops,
Accidentally
I walked
Drop
by.
that.
Let's just say I've had more parents tell me that I was allowed to beat their children than
Mm.
I've had that told me not to. I've yet to do it.
That's how I remember high school.
I'd like to go on record to say I've never struck a child while being employed.
Noted.
We're still going to try to get you out of here employed.
Nice caveat of that.
So after inappropriately cornering Ivory outside his classroom and telling her he's going to punish her for talking back, he realizes she can't afford the books or tablet needed for class, and he ends up buying everything for her. And I think we can call this insta love on his part, but like she's pretty terrified of him at first. One thing Emmerich does that I liked was after he finds out that her brother is the one who gave her the fat lip on the first day of school, he hunts him down and punches him in the face so hard it breaks his nose.
Love it.
I know. I don't think anyone minded that.
While he was drunk
Yeah.
in a bar. So less love. I less love that.
This guy had it coming,
Well,
Kim. Who cares if he's drunk or sober?
He totally has it coming, but I mean, I feel like it was like a little bit of a side
Nah,
swipe.
didn't bother me at all.
Well, and true, I would agree with Kim there, but also the best part of revenge is that you know why.
And he had no
He just got
Right.
his nose broken. It bothered me that he didn't know. I mean, I guess he figured it out at the end.
So her dad sold the bar, but he was famous. He was like a famous jazz pianist. And so that's how Emmerich finds the brothers. He goes to Willie's bar, says, "Do you know Willie's kid?" They point him out. He's with two girls. He's wasted. He punches him in the face. And the best part is nobody in the bar flinches. They're not sticking up for this kid in any way. And then he just walks out the door.
I know. That was the best part. That's why
I
we
loved
know
it.
this guy
I was
had it
totally
coming.
fine.
Yeah, you learn quite a bit about Shane Westbrook, I guess.
Yeah.
What kind of person he is when nobody backs him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you.
He's ex-military.
Yeah. Oh, but he's AWOL.
Yeah.
He is AWOL.
Ew. That's even more despicable.
He's just constantly high. He's drunk. No honor.
He doesn't keep a job. Our girl Ivory is literally keeping the entire family afloat. She works at this music store on the summers, but can't do it during the school year, so she does other things.
As the tension's building with Ivory and Emmerich, we're getting a side plot about how Ivory makes money to pay her bills. In previous years, she made a deal with several boys in the school that if she did their homework, they would pay her. While she's exchanging homework assignments with them, they usually pressure her into sex. This year, the dean's son, Prescott, tells her he'll pay for all of her bills, but he doesn't want to share her. So he's like, I don't want to share you. I will pay all your bills, but you got to quit fighting me on the sex. I don't want to have to force you anymore.
It's gross.
So sad. It's
so
disgusting.
sweet. I don't want to have to force you anymore. If you would just put out without the effort, that would be so.
And she
Right.
she doesn't want to. She tries to say no.
She's trapped.
But she's trapped, totally trapped. And she's basically been selling her body since she was 13 years old. She wanted love, and Lorenzo rapes her at 13 on the front steps of her house. And then she's just putting out to get attention, and hopefully someone will treat her well. And no one does, including these awful high school boys who are just taking advantage of her.
So gross. Older
She
men,
doesn't
younger men.
know her worth.
Ugh.
I think she kind of knows her worth, but she doesn't have any options.
No one's there to help
No
her.
one's there to help her.
I think she feels like she's trapped. I mean, she doesn't
She is
have-
trapped.
Yeah, she doesn't have a way out. She doesn't understand how to say no to these people. And she doesn't. And I think that she hates it. She doesn't enjoy any sex at
No.
all, or she never had.
And that's why she can't afford her books. So she, in the first day, when Emmerich's all pissed off at her that she doesn't have her books, she's like, most of my teachers give me the first week. So she sells herself for a week so she can buy her books every semester. But he doesn't
sad.
know that.
He figures it out real quick. Our first illegal encounter with Mr. Marceau happens after school. He has arranged to have her as his only student for private lessons on purpose, knowing he's attracted to her.
Oh, he's going to seduce her.
No restraint. I'm struggling.
None.
You know?
None.
Obviously, we're going to give ratings at the end, but I want to say I loved this book because it was unapologetic about the story.
100.
You don't have to like these people, but this was a good story. The first thing he did that made me uncomfortable was telling her to take her clothes off so he could check her for bruises.
Not take them off. But that was a very interesting
Well, he was
scene.
lifting
He was
her
like, lift your
shirt.
shirt all the way to your boobs. Lift your dress.
Yeah.
He was perverted. It was for perverted reasons.
He was checking for bruises, but he knew what he was doing.
Yes.
I think you're introduced to the Dom in him very early. And this is one of the first opportunities for us to see, how dominant he is and how he speaks to women and what he expects.
He wants her submission bad and really doesn't give her an option not to.
It started getting really illegal when she gets frustrated with him during a lesson and throws a marker in his face.
Which is amazing.
It was a good part.
He
Yeah.
pulls up her skirt and he spanks her, fair skin. To me, in this moment, I'm thinking he's an absolute creep to do this to a student that he knows is vulnerable, abused at home, and living in poverty.
I don't think he's put it all together yet, though.
Oh, at this point, he had already bought her book. He knew she was vulnerable. He at the very least knew that. So another teacher walks in and finds Ivory in his lap because after he spanks her pretty harshly, he pulls her in his lap.
He cuddles
and he's
her.
comforting. Yeah. Another teacher walks in and he sends Ivory home and then blackmails that teacher into not saying anything.
I kind of like this part. I liked it so much.
I mean, come on. That was so good.
He's a sexual dominant. He's attractive. He's filthy rich, right? And this teacher has been kind of after him to go on a date with her. And he's been blowing her off because he's trying to seduce the 17-year-old. So he basically gets close to her, starts to try to seduce her, and then says, "Show me what you got." And then videotapes her masturbating in his classroom, then shows her and says, "Keep your mouth shut," or "This is going all over," and freaks her out. But she does keep her mouth shut.
Well, yeah. I mean, what's
That's
the
one way to
option?
do it.
Hey, we all have a strategy.
It's another example of his dominant nature and how he interacts with the world.
Yeah. So Emmerich has figured out where Ivory lives via confidential student files and that she plays piano in a music store in her impoverished neighborhood. And so he tracks her down one Saturday. He goes into this music store and he realizes this is the piano she plays and he buys the piano. I did think we've mentioned he's a multimillionaire. He tells the store owner they'll have it delivered to Ivory's house. Ivory has a relationship with this man. And
It's so cute.
it's so
A healthy
It's the
relationship.
only healthy relationship
only
she has.
male in her
He's
life.
elderly.
He's like 90 years old.
She brings him breakfast every morning. I mean, there is a really adorable friendship and she looks to him as a father figure. The owner says the whole point of this piano is that she doesn't want to go home. She plays it here. He says, "I've had several offers for this piano over the years, but I won't sell it because of her. And
I won't sell her piano. It is so
it was
cute.
like, oh, but he still
Sweet.
bought it. And he's like, keep it here. It's hers. And he wants he helped this
to
guy.
help the guy.
Is that really buying it? I did think about that. I was like, I'm going to buy this and then leave it here in the store.
Oh, I loved this because he wanted her to be able
No.
to keep using it, but he wanted to help the guy out. And
No,
this is a Steinway. I bet you it
I
was a
get it.
$30,000 piano.
His family patented the wooden piece that holds the keys in the piano. That's some fucking money.
It says that he, his kids, and his kids' kids would be fine.
It was like 30 grand? Sure, here. Walk at the
He throws
park.
money around like
iPad?
crazy.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
When he drives like
Not
a
an issue.
loud muscle car,
Which is kind of
Of course
douchey,
he
but
does.
whatever.
cocky.
The shop owner who loves Ivory's, he knows Emmerich's kind of shady and he tells him that Ivory trusts him and he says, once you have what you want and you discard her like your kind does, her distrust in men will be irreparable. That really sticks with him because he's like, I'm making an impression on her that most men don't. Ivory's had such a horrible history with men. It's upsetting to him. He takes her to lunch and they end up kissing in the park. This is the very first time this 17-year-old girl who has been with 60 men, I think we find out later in the book, has
Lots.
Yeah, I think the
80.
head count was like 68 or something. It was
She couldn't
awful.
remember. She said, I stopped counting.
she had never enjoyed a kiss ever.
Or anything.
This was so sad
It's
to
so
me.
sad.
So depressing.
Here's the part where I'm struggling with Emmerich because I'm like, you're the adult. You know she's vulnerable and you did this. And so he realizes, and for all the right reasons, he says this can't ever happen again. But of course, she's horribly confused.
She's now in love.
Well, yeah, she's a teenage girl who has never had any man be nice to her in
Care
this
for her.
way.
I think, look, I will just say a lot of the book bothered me for this main
Mhm.
reason, which is this is obviously illegal and there is a reason that it's illegal. That age, first of all, you're so vulnerable already.
Impressionable.
But then in her situation, look, I enjoyed the book and I did, but I had to force myself to like try to
Suspend reality.
about-
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to
But-
compartmentalize. We
Yeah.
talk about this a lot.
You're like, is this hot or is he a pedophile?
Right.
I'm just,
Right,
both.
because
maybe both. You're right. Could be both.
both can be true.
There's so soulmates, though.
But my thing is, he's saying, okay, this can never happen again, but we're still going to meet 4 hours every day after school alone.
But I'm not
For me
gonna
to
touch it.
coach you.
Yeah, we all know where this is going.
I mean, that is the thing. She's never been in a situation where somebody has cared for her. And while he's a dominant and while he's really pushing her out of her comfort zone, he's doing it in a way that he's cuddling her, he's finding her, he's buying her lunch. This is her only idea of what love could be like.
But I'm going to throw this in there again because we always talk about this when we have any kind of BDSM. He is, in a sense, giving her power back. By dominating her, he is showing her that she actually has
power.
control. She can say no.
I will say, yes, he did do a good job of that.
Not at this point in the book, though, Kim.
No.
No, I
She didn't get
think he
that.
was working towards that, though.
He does do that eventually.
The inner dialogue, he knows that he's in the wrong
Yeah, it's in
spot.
his
Like,
head.
it's not like he thinks this is okay the whole time. He's back and forth, really like challenging himself. Like, he knows he shouldn't be doing this, but is drawn to her and can't stay away.
So they go 5 weeks without any funny business.
And she's sad.
Wow.
It's not easy for either of them. He's a ball of frustration. She's just getting angry and confused, and she has all this teen angst. Emmerich overhears Prescott, the douchey Dean's son, and another boy fighting because you remember he didn't want to share her. So, like, it's just Prescott getting the deal with the homework and the sex.
And the sex.
They're fighting because Prescott's hogging her. The other boys don't like it. When Emmerich overhears this, he gets pissed off and he tracks them down. They're parked in a car and she's not wanting to do this. She has feelings for Emmerich. She's never liked it with Prescott. He's horrible.
He's a bad lay.
An average teenage young man.
But
Yes.
he's aggressive, and to your point earlier, I'm going to pay you, so stop fighting me.
Yeah, it's just gross.
When he finds out that she's never come with him.
Oh.
he's like, what? You've never had an orgasm?
Well, I'm going to make you come
like,
tonight.
Shock and amazement.
I have no words.
Blech.
Such hubris. But
Yeah,
Emmerich
so
has
gross.
known something is going on. He doesn't know how she's making her money.
Yeah,
He knows
that's
something's
true.
going on, and he's said no more lies. And he keeps asking her, and she keeps saying, please don't ask me that. So he knows. So when he hears
And when we
this-
say she's paying her bills, she's not paying her bills. She's paying her entire
Mhm.
family's bills. She's keeping the house there.
Food.
She's keeping food in the house. When
and
she
for her
came.
cat. So her dad got her a cat
Yeah.
the day before he died. So this cat is like only thing of love in her life. And Schubert, this little orange tabby
Schubert.
cat. And so she's taking care of the cat, taking care of her family, taking care of her house by prostituting herself.
Emmerich walks up on the car scene and she's like, I don't want to. And he's pushing himself on her. And Emmerich rips Prescott out of the car
Loves
and
it.
beats the shit out of him.
Totally fine.
As he should.
I had no sadness about this.
Nope.
And then he threatens him and says, you will not ever touch her again. And then he blackmails him and says, it's up to me whether you get into Leopold or not. So you say a word, it's not happening.
This seemed very parental
Mhm.
to me. Like a dad.
Well, or a possessive boyfriend
It was more parental.
This felt possessive boyfriend.
to me.
And I think Prescott picked up on it. I mean, obviously, we'll find out that he kind of did. But he takes Ivory back to his mansion
In the Garden District.
in the Garden
Yummy.
District. And I will say the landscape written into this book, it wasn't overwritten,
Big time.
but you felt New Orleans. You felt the Garden District.
Yeah.
You felt some of the, and you don't always get the poverty of New Orleans when people write about New
Mhm.
Orleans, but I felt like we
Got the
felt-
real New Orleans. Yeah.
yeah.
But I would agree with that.
Grit.
Absolutely.
That he takes her back, he sits her down, she spills all of her dark secrets. And she's telling him about the brother's friend and then how all the boys at the school pay her for homework, but then they take what they want. She doesn't ever use the word rape. She just says they take.
I don't think she knows what it is.
That's just her reality.
The way life is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it always
They
has.
convince her too. Like, she's trapped. And he does say, do you say no? And she's like, sometimes.
But he realizes she
Yeah.
has been a victim her whole life.
Totally.
So here she is feeling completely exposed emotionally. And she's probably in some sort of shock after seeing him beat the shit out of Prescott. And she's embarrassed about all the things she's shared. So he decides this is a really good time to come on to her sexually. And
Seems like it would be. Very,
So she's
it's
primed.
like an easy kill.
time and a place.
Listen.
I don't know why you're so negative. He is distracting her
Well,
from
it's
her
illegal,
life.
Kim. There is There's
Not in all states.
I hate to
Just
sprinkle
this
the law
one.
on top of
To
this.
be clear, age of consent, just because he's her teacher in a position of power.
That's right.
Look, when you have to say the legal age of consent, when you have to say that, it's wrong.
Soulmates. Soulmates. That's all I'm going to keep saying. They were meant
She
to
was in
be.
love.
All right. Well, this is gonna wrap up interestingly. So anyway, he gives her oral sex, and it's her first orgasm ever. But he won't have actual sex with her because she needs to
It's
get
illegal.
tested. No, that's not
No,
like him.
he wants her
That's
tested.
because he can be a creep, but not a creep with STDs. So he
Mm-mm.
wants to make sure.
That's just smart.
He's very
That's just
responsible
smart.
in this area.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean,
He's
we all
smart.
have limits.
And birth control. He wants her on birth control.
I don't want to be walking around with chlamydia, but
Sleep with a minor? No problem.
You have to report
Chlamydia?
that shit.
I don't think so.
The CDC has to get involved. I mean, there's a lot with STDs, so he did the right thing. Feel good about it.
yeah. Anyway, next morning, Emmerich tells Ivory, "You live here now." We
Goes
find
straight
out
right in.
he has a closet full of designer clothes that fit her
So
just
jealous.
right and shoes. Are you jealous?
So jealous.
I'm jealous of
jealous.
the fact that a man can go out and buy.
I mean,
But
remember how we were just spending with reality? I was like, I want a closet of luxury items with the hot dom. Like, I'm like,
That I didn't
I
have
can
to
buy.
go try on, but they all fit me perfectly.
yeah.
I'm
the wealthy
Right.
hot dom.
Come on, as soon
so
as you walk
jealous.
in that closet and you realize all these clothes are mine,
you can
take
have it all.
you gotta know, like, all right, I'm about to get stabbed or something. Something bad's about to happen. I thought it was gonna turn into a horror movie.
What's the catch?
She has to sleep with them.
What's the
Yes.
catch? She's been doing fucking pubescent idiots homework with that catch.
I'll take this
the
catch.
designer
Heck yeah.
clothes.
That's worth a
Yeah.
trade up.
Check a
We'll
box.
get a look at it.
Upgrade.
The 5 weeks of no funny business. He has been done nothing but
That's
buy
all he's
her
thinking
clothes
about
and
there.
shoes, and he's been, I mean, slightly obsessed.
Yeah. So do you think
I
he
would
was?
say.
Yeah. And so you think obviously he's planning on
Getting
this
back with
happening.
her.
Yeah,
That was a plan.
That might have been the plan all along.
He tells her he's going to go and pick up all her stuff, and all she leaves with is the cat. Like, she has nothing else in that house.
And
I
a
And her,
know.
toothbrush.
I don't even know if she got a toothbrush. Like,
That
and
was
he's like, I'm going to take you.
so
You're going to
sad.
take all of your stuff out of this house. You're moving in with me. And she gets the cat in the litter box. That's like all she takes.
Don't you feel better about him buying all those
I
clothes
do.
now? Because she had nothing.
Well, here's the only problem I have with it, which is y'all are going to laugh at, is like the whole school, they're supposed to be hiding their relationship. The whole school has seen her in tatters for 3 years. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden she shows up with like Dolce & Gabbana.
This is your problem.
It is. It was my only problem. Could you have bought her some Marshalls? Like,
It's a bit of a story gap, yes. But they also know she's kind of whoring around. So they
Yeah.
just probably
that's what
figured,
her brother
she
thought.
took the bus from Treme to.
She
you know,
plays into it too. She does
Yeah.
kind of feed that rumor mill. So Ivory goes to the doctor, which is his dad. And I would like to say
That part
that
was
was
weird.
extremely creepy.
that didn't bother me at all.
What?
And I love the fact that he told his parents.
and they
everything.
knew, yeah. And they told
I
him,
did love
"You
that.
be very careful." And he
Don't
did
do
it
this.
anyway.
Yeah.
But they were so supportive. But he was very honest.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why
They
I didn't
didn't
find it
judge him.
creepy because they were willing to keep a secret for him and yet get him what he needed.
Or the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Did anybody that didn't bother anybody? That it didn't bother them at all. They were like, "Oh, cool."
Well, it bothered
did
him.
bother
They were-
him.
Like the mom drank some extra wine while talking
And the
about
dad
it. I
was
mean,
like,
it was
make sure you know what you're doing. And
problematic.
they said this won't end the same way as Shreveport because they knew she was young. Basically, like, if you get caught, you're fucked.
You're screwed. You're going to jail. Yeah.
While she's at the doctor's office, Emmerich's ex-girlfriend walks in and she's 7 months pregnant. This is a side plot, and I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. My bigger issue with this particular day was that he bought her a Porsche. And she had a hard time accepting the Porsche. She was like, "You did not buy me a car. I don't want to accept this." And he said she could pay him back with a blowjob later.
That's the cheapest Porsche
I mean, I'm here for
ever.
it.
I feel like, I'm just saying.
She
already
told him that she feels like a whore. And that's how you make her feel better about buying a Porsche.
That is her monetary value in her head. That's what she's worth.
Hey,
Him.
I'm not saying it's
She
right.
didn't take it that way, though.
this is
was
a fair
wrong.
price. if she was of age.
How many times do wives say, like, thanks for doing that, I'll give you a BJ on the way home? Like,
Oh, my husband has like 20 in the bank.
he's not taking him out.
He needs to recall that loan because
He is having a hard time calling him that
or
loan.
not.
Oh my gosh. That didn't bother me at all.
This girl's been pouring her heart out to you, and now you're going to make her feel like a whore.
I think he
Think
was
about
trying to give her something and didn't know how to.
that. I think we can all decide Emmerich makes some mistakes.
She wants him to go with her to the doctors, but he can't because they can't be seen together, which actually was the
Right.
harder part for me.
But it turns out that there's a scene.
Well, yeah, so back to the side plots. Okay, so there's 4 things going on that are giving Emmerich stress right now. The good news is they all get resolved on the same day. So the first thing is he's trying to find Lorenzo and get revenge. Lorenzo raped Ivory when she was 13, so he wants to take care of that. He's hired a PI.
He consistently raped her, not just when she was
No, it was
13.
horrible. It was horrible.
It's consistent for years, and he always
And painfully.
painfully rapes her.
The PI calls and says he's found Lorenzo, and they turn him into the cops. And Lorenzo's been arrested on multiple warrants outstanding. So check. So the second thing is he's waiting on test results from Ivory's STD tests and also like for her to get on birth control. Tests are in. She's clean as a whistle. So is he. Let the statutory rape begin. They are good to go.
Is it statutory?
Okay, so next we're waiting on paternity results from the ex-girlfriend we think is likely just after his money. And this is the woman that with the scandal in Shreveport.
Because she's trying to get back in touch with him. He's ignoring her because he now has Ivory. She shows up to the doctor's office and says, I want to see his dad. I'm carrying the grandson. And I thought, holy fuck, she's pregnant.
And Ivory was really upset, but on the same day he finds out about Lorenzo and also the STD test, he also finds out you are not the father.
You're not the daddy.
You're not the
Dun,
father.
dun, dun.
Check. That's no longer a problem. And then there's also the issue, like he's very stressed out about Prescott. Is he going to rat me out? Is this going to be a problem? And so far, so good on that front. But it's always in the back of his mind. That one's still unresolved. So the resolution he's obviously most excited about is that the clean STD tests are back. And he takes her 17-year-old self back to his home and they have hours of sex. Like it's had it not been like 17-year-old student and 27-year-old teacher, this shit was hot.
I was here for it.
Some people have old souls and young bodies. That's how you have to
I was
look
here
at
for
it.
this. Suspend
look past it.
reality, pretend that that's not happening. Fucking hot.
I couldn't get past the ick on this.
Nope.
I
Not
can
my problem.
recognize that the scenes were hot. I couldn't get past the ick. Not only because of her age, but also because of her history of abuse. I just struggled. I feel like he should have been better.
But that's not who he was.
This is where he really started digging into the you have control. He gave her a safe word. He started working with her in this moment and teaching her to empower herself.
I felt like Lamb in the Lion's Den.
But it was still, I mean,
Well, and like Kim, you already touched on it, but the irony of a dom and a submissive is that the submissive actually
All
has
the power.
all the power. And I guess
Every
he's
time.
trying, right. And he's trying to show her that. And I don't think she's aware of it. And she probably doesn't feel that way. I'm with Jenny, though, as far as the ick factor. I did have to try to suspend reality, but it just kept coming back to me that this is illegal. You're not supposed to be doing this.
Well, and then they live together.
You can call her an old soul, but like
Yeah.
she had so much damage and he knew.
that I struggled with. I didn't struggle with the age because, I mean, look, we read these books all the time. I mean, Five Brothers. I mean,
I always struggle with the 18-year-olds.
You do.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the age thing doesn't bother me as much. The damage part did, but I kept looking past it going, he's trying to empower her. It's not conventional, obviously, but that's what he's trying to do because he really does care about her.
Well, and she uses her safe word
So-
at some point, and he
She
respects that, and she feels like, oh my, I do have the power. I can say no. Which,
And he did make one comment, until she uses a safe word, we're not going to be able to get
past
That's
all
true.
this.
like
further, yeah.
And he did make that comment, which is true. And it's obvious. I think they made it fairly obvious that that's what he was trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
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 So that part, I could definitely see.
There were hints of redeeming qualities with this man.
They were there if you looked hard enough.
Yeah. Really wanted to see it. So they slip into a routine that revolves around school and music and sex.
sex.
And I mean, he continues to be her mentor. He really respects her talent. She is clearly a talented pianist.
But he's struggling because he's promised this one spot at Leopold to Prescott douchebag, and he knows she should have it. And he's kind of torn with like what to do about that.
It's tricky.
But I love that he told her.
He did tell her
He told
that.
her what the situation was.
Honest.
He was always brutally honest with her and said that. No secrets. No secrets.
Well, and she was with him. They had a rule about honesty.
lies.
And whether you liked it or not, you saw the relationship building. And that's what I loved about the book, because it was like, this isn't okay, but it's real.
Yeah.
There was mutual respect there too. And she says, do what you have to do. I'm going to get there with or without you. Like, she's starting to build up her strength and her confidence, and he's empowering her music, and really she's growing in herself, but in her music and in what she wants.
Her identity.
Yeah.
She's becoming a person.
So one day, Ivory gets a bladder infection, probably due to all the sex.
So I would like to say, just on the record, that it is an unfortunate side effect of sex. It can be a bladder infection for all that are listening and do not
It's
know.
true.
Yes. We almost never see that side of sexathons
Never.
where then the girl suddenly is like, they're
No.
always fine. And like, there's
Yeah,
nothing
no.
ever wrong
Yeah.
happens. And no bladder infections ever.
Nothing. No, they're
so,
fine.
you know, truth. It's real.
That's just what I said. This book is real. Emmerich goes to work, and Ivory's waiting for Emmerich's dad because he's her doctor, which I'm sorry. I still think that's really fucking weird, to come over and get her some medication. But when she wakes up, Lorenzo is standing in the doorway. So he got out of jail, and he and the brother are there to rob Emmerich. They thought the house would be empty, and the brother is outside keeping watch. And he tells her she owes him 5 months worth of sex because she's been avoiding him since she went back to school. And now she's been hiding out at Emmerich's place. And she's terrified. I mean, she lived in fear all the years before. And this part is the absolute worst.
Trigger
She
warning.
runs into the bathroom. She locks herself in, and she can hear him outside the door. But he starts calling to the cat, and she can hear the cat screeching, and she can't take it. She knows he's tormenting the cat just to upset her. So she opens the door, and she charges out to try to save her cat. He kills the cat and then attempts to rape her.
sad.
And we don't kind of know. It like switches scenes. We see Emmerich racing home. The deadbeat brother actually comes to her rescue at the same time that Emmerich peels in.
But I will say, and I think it's important, she fought back, and she had never done that before.
That was part of why she didn't get hurt.
Correct. She bit him, and then she scratched him in the, I think, tried to scratch his eyes.
Well, and she said,
Yeah.
what would Emmerich want me to do? He would want me to fight back. He is her strength.
And then bam!
And then he kills him.
Strangles him.
Yeah. Kill him.
It was the best thing Emmerich did for her and society.
But he was not a murderer.
The brother was like, I've never done this, but Emmerich didn't.
He very much had a plan. He's like, do this, then this, then this.
Take the belt out, just wrap it.
Emmerich and the brother get rid of the body. Brother leaves town, and life goes on. So on her 18th birthday, Emmerich takes Ivory to New York to see the school she's been dreaming of attending, the Magic Leopold. He's decided not to refer Prescott. So this is a really big deal because that was the arrangement he made with the dean, that he would refer Prescott. So he sets up a private audition with her and the decision makers at the school, which is really hard to get. They are so impressed with her that they offer her a spot at the school immediately. But she turns it down because she realizes she wants to keep learning from Emmerich.
I would say here I had a problem. The ending becomes a problem because of it. She wasn't just talented. She's a virtuoso. I mean, she was unbelievable. And I'm better than him, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
She was a prodigy.
she's in a vulnerable, she's 17. She's vulnerable. Yeah. The guy that she loves learning from, who is also sleeping with her, by the way, is teaching her, a different way.
Conflict of interest.
And the way this ends, it kind of bothered me because I was like, shouldn't she still go? And the college is in New York, so it's
I
far
was
away.
kind of
Yeah, me too.
sad
But
about that.
continue. We'll see what happens.
But with the way the story is, like, he's been teaching her how to play without sheet music and these songs that are really interesting to her. And so she starts the audition by playing one of those songs, and they get kind of pissy.
Yeah.
They're like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you know that we only do 18th century
Right.
musicians. And then she busts out with the hardest song ever to
kills.
play, and they're like, you can come back anytime. So she always has the option to come back, which was nice, but he's like, why'd you throw the audition? And she's like, I already have my teacher. I know that's bothersome to you. I was like, oh.
When she learned how to play, she learned in step how to do everything perfectly. There was no freedom. And again, she's trapped in that type of learning. So when he opens her mind, her everything else, she starts to learn how to have fun with it, how to own it, how to be creative, how to do all of these things that she'd never had the chance to do. She always followed the rules. She always did it perfectly. And now she gets to be herself and have a good time. So I didn't hate that she didn't go. I would have liked to have seen her go somewhere, but I didn't hate that she didn't choose that direction.
I agree. I think that it's a bit of a coming of age. Like, she's learning what she really wants because she's being exposed to so much more than she ever was exposed to before.
But again, it was an open invitation. So if she changes her mind in 5-10 years, she can still come back.
That was still on the table when she left. They're salivating. They're like, this child is amazing and we want this. So she leaves there and you don't totally know what her decision's going to be. So they go back to the high school and the dean calls Emmerich into her office and there's a lot of tension. So she shows him a video of Ivory giving him a blowjob at the theaters.
Someone a blowjob. You can't see him.
Right. We don't know it's him.
Could be anybody.
But Emmerich knows it's him.
Yeah.
Because Ivory didn't say who it was, they expelled her for misconduct 3 weeks before graduation because she won't admit who she was with. She throws everything away to protect him. And this is almost an identical situation to what he was in Shreveport because he gets caught having sex with the woman in the office and she
did not throw it away.
Because she was all tied up and stuff and she said rape and he got left in disgrace. I mean, can we just sidebar? Like, okay, how are you in the situation twice? Like, how did
This is what he is, everybody.
Not the exact same.
Hey, listen, I make mistakes. We all do. But like this particular mistake on campus.
Okay, to be fair, didn't know he was being filmed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And
that is not the point.
It was her. She asked for it.
Begged him
He
let her
tried
do
to
that.
say no.
He was like,
Oh yeah, he was really fighting it.
He did. I didn't say.
She asked. She said, "Please,
She
please
said,
let me
please,
do
and
this."
his heart melted.
That wasn't his hard, baby.
I just worry about his decision making, like long.
There was blood flow. That's all I
He
know.
doesn't seem to learn.
Yeah, there's a pattern, Jenny. I think there's a pattern.
Well, he'll learn now.
I dare say if
Might
we
be a pattern.
knew any stories before Shreveport, there might have been some similar behavior. I don't know.
So she throws it away. He's like, where is she? Calls her.
Crying in her Porsche.
Yeah, she's outside. So he knows if he admits it was him, they can't expel.
No, because she's the victim because he's the teacher.
And so he does that to save her.
Yay.
Then, because he's Emmerich, he shows her a video of her husband cheating on her and tells her he'll resign, but she has to let Ivory finish school in peace and quiet, or he'll let the public know about this videos. The dean's husband was cheating. Was this girl a hooker?
No, it was Deb. It was his ex.
Well, I know it was
lover.
Deb, but
Yeah.
was Deb I mean,
No.
I feel like
Doing
Deb
it
was
for
definitely,
him.
yeah, but I don't
Deb
think she
was
got
like
paid.
under his spell,
Mhm.
and
Deb would do anything for Emmerich, and she did this.
she was a submissive, but not one that he cared about.
He did her a favor or something, and this is how she was paying him back by seducing the dean's husband so that he had something on her.
But like, you're the dean, right? Wouldn't you be like, yeah, fucking out
No, her
No.
whole reputation was on the line. In New Orleans, they care a lot about their social
Well,
standing.
and he knew this, and he
Really?
always guessed that she knew the husband was cheating. But
Yeah.
she would never want that to be out in the open. Like, her reputation in that community would have been tattered. And he knew that she would back down.
Yeah, they've got the picture perfect life. They're trying to get Prescott
Into
into fancy
Leopold.
schools. They can't have a scandal like this on their hands. Absolutely not.
I just think it's funny because if one person knows, everybody
Well, in
knows.
this situation, it worked. The blackmail situation worked to Emmerich's
Well,
advantage.
mhm.
Ivory graduates, and Emmerich buys them a dueling piano bar. 3 years later,
So
the
fun.
place is packed. They are married. They're horny as ever. The end. Happy
I mean,
HEA.
she
Yay.
turns 18 and everything's good.
She turned 21 in the epilogue, and
Yeah,
had the-
3 years later.
3
Yep.
years later,
Yep.
and
She
they're
was even drinking a beer. That's the legal
What?
age of consent
And-
to drink beer is 21.
and the parents are there at the bar for
'Cause
her
they love her.
birthday,
Of course.
Yeah.
playing the piano.
Well, those parents were so non-judgmental.
Cutie, 90-year-old piano music studio guy.
Stogie.
Doggy.
Doggy,
Yes,
yeah.
Dennis.
Emmerich moves him into a condo down the street from the bar, and he's behind the bar, like
I loved
the
it.
the guy that's like hanging out and talking to
Yeah.
everybody. It was awesome.
They really
Wrapped it
did.
right up. Loved it. Part.
I'll start. I gave this book a 4, and
I'm
Wow.
surprised.
I am also
I'm
surprised.
surprised myself. Even though I thought Emmerich was like wrong on so many levels, I felt like the storytelling was so well done. I was wildly conflicted throughout, which made it better. And usually, like, if I don't like a character, I don't enjoy the book. But in this situation, the book didn't apologize for the story. People were broken, people were flawed. I just loved it.
No.
On Spice, I also gave it a 4. I didn't think Ivory should have been in the scenes, 'cause, for legal reasons, but I wanted to be.
Would have been a very different book if she wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, the scenes were hot, whether you liked it or not. Like, they were so well written.
Yeah.
It was hot as fuck.
Dennis.
Look, I was going to give it a 3.5, but I'm going to stick with round numbers because
Kim.
yes, I want to do things
All
correctly. I think Kim most of the time does things
I
correctly,
appreciate
and I
that.
want to follow that lead.
I say that
Okay,
she gives
okay.
points, 0.5s all the fucking time.
I do. I do actually. I
All
don't
right.
give quarter points though. I don't like
All right, no quarter point here.
no quarter
I'm going
points.
3.5.
Half only.
And
3.5. All right.
it's
Okay.
only a 3.5 because it's freaking illegal.
I mean, you're tossing out that word like it means something.
I mean, kind of.
Not a real story. This is fiction. It's fiction.
It's fiction, and I did try. I really did. I tried to forget about that part. I did enjoy the book, but without fail, in the middle of any scene, at really any point in the book, I was like, "But it's illegal. You can't do that." But
We're
once
going to let you keep your job.
Nice.
The
Yeah.
Louisiana School
Nice.
District.
Yeah.
it was basically, I gave it 3.5. I enjoyed the book. For the Chili Peppers, I give it a 4, maybe even a 4.5. I thought if you can get past that, I thought it was well written. I mean, y'all talk about it all the time, putting yourselves in the scene. I would have enjoyed maybe possibly being in a few of these scenes myself
If she was 25.
had
Yeah.
she been, of the legal age. Yes.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
I'm same. I suggested this book. I had read it ages ago. And so when I reread it, I read it with Ginny in mind, because when I read it ages ago, we weren't doing the pod and I was like, oh man, she's going to hate this. I can dispense with reality pretty easily. And I definitely give this a 4. I love the story. I didn't think about it this way, but the unapologeticness of the story, it felt real. It felt like these characters could be real. And I really thought that while he was incredibly flawed and she was incredibly tragic, I like them coming together. Really, it totally worked for me. Definitely 4.5 on Spice. Loved every scene, even the beginning ones. Loved it.
All right, Kimber, what you got?
I can't wait.
I struggled with it because I kept thinking, if she was older, would this be the same book? And it absolutely wouldn't. Would I be upset over all of the back history of her tragedy? Yes, it just wouldn't be the same book. So her being underage didn't bother me in this book. It just felt like that. I know. Don't give me the judgy eyeballs, Jen.
I love it. I'm
I'm
happy.
not judging. I loved this book.
I went with 4.5 on the storyline. I really loved it. I didn't like Emmerich at all throughout the entire thing, but I appreciated in a weird way what he was trying to accomplish. I appreciated that he was giving her power back and something that was taken away from her the minute her dad died. It wasn't just I'm taking care of you. It's you need to fucking learn how to take care of yourself. You need to be able to say no. You need to be able to fight back and know that's what you want, not because someone tells you that's what you want. So I appreciated that. Spice, I would go 4.5 too. Because I mean, it's pretty hot.
It was spicy.
It was
Even
hot.
the classroom spankings, the other, I'm
was here
like,
for that.
okay, all about it. So yeah, 4.5 for me. I like the happy endings.
I love the happy endings. It's funny because with how conflicted all of us were, how we all still could get on board with it.
That's a good story.
It's a good writer. Thank you so much, Dennis, for joining our crazy crew.
Oh, I
to
loved it. I
recap
loved
this
every
book.
second.
This was fun to have. It was fun to have a fourth
I
cousin,
love it.
especially my brother.
Come back.
Be sure to join us on TikTok, Insta, Facebook, and now YouTube. Check out boozybookgasms.com for reading lists, cocktail recipes, and episodes of the show. And until next time, happy reading.
Happy
Happy
reading.
reading.
Happy
Bye.
reading.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope today's episode was the climax of your day, leaving you breathless and wanting more. Until next time, remember to indulge in the pleasures of life and to keep the passion alive. You can find more tantalizing episodes at boozybookgasms.com. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you soon.